Here's a tip for you. There's a podcast out there with fans waiting to be your next customer. They tune in every week, they trust the host, and that host wants to talk about brands like yours in their own words to their audience. The problem is, you just haven't been introduced yet. We're Acast, where that introduction happens. As the world's largest podcast marketplace, we let you browse shows, see who's listening, and book host-read sponsorships or run your own ads all from one platform. Transparent pricing, real-time data, complete control. Start advertising on podcasts by visiting acast.com/advertise.
Hello and welcome to Shaded Reality. I'm Marie. I'm here with Anne. How are you all doing on this lovely Thursday?
Good.
How are you doing, Anne?
Are you talking to me or are you talking to our audience?
I'm talking to everybody, but you have to answer for them, I guess.
Oh, wonderful. I'm actually looking out my window and the sun's shining.
Oh, it's not quite here yet, but I can tell it's breaking up. Yeah, I can see some blue over the mountains. Oh, thank God. We were whining on our last recording about, well, Anne was, about the weather.
I was bitching about the freaking weather.
I hope it warms up too. The girls are doing some kind of like field day type of situation at school, so I'm hoping they get to actually go outside and do it and enjoy it.
Oh, fun. We actually moved that, our school did, to the beginning of the year just because it gets so crazy with all the things at the end of the year. So I'm so glad that it's over with and they did it and it was wonderful. Like it was beautiful. You know what I mean? Because you do it when they go back to school, so know the weather is going to be good.
Yes, they should do that, honestly. I don't know. This is some kind of heart challenge thing, so I don't even know if it's really a field day. Okay. The girls kept calling it that, but I think they were confusing it from what their school in Mississippi used to do, honestly. I think they were just thinking it's more of a field day. Do you have anything else you want to talk about in the beginning? I don't really have anything.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I have anything happening.
We did our weekly Shade Report where we talk about all the news and things coming out. So if you haven't listened to that yet, go back to our feed and it will be there. And you can get all of the latest and greatest what's going on in the reality TV world. It wasn't a huge news week, but we still had fun.
Yeah.
Summer House, Season 10, Episode 14, The Turntables Have Turned. Have you ever heard the saying, I always thought it was just how the tables have turned. But is it how the turntables? Is it just how the tables have turned?
Have turned. That's how I know it, yeah.
But what does that mean? Why would the tables turn?
How the tables have turned. I don't know. It's a bad,
Yeah. Maybe we don't know. I don't know.
Analogy? Is that what?
I think it's like
how the tables have turned. Yeah, because tables don't turn.
No.
Yeah, I just don't think that's a good one.
How the turntables have turned. I don't know.
I love when I say those things to like my girls, and especially Harlow, she'll look at me like, what? Like she takes it so literal. And she does not love it. She's like, I don't understand your old language. I don't ever remember like disagreeing with like an elder who said those things. You know what I mean?
Pick it
like,
up and like
pick it up.
Yeah.
She has to comment on everything that I say. Like, I don't understand. That's understand.
Last night at dinner, I don't know. It was just like, we don't always like sit down together as a family every night for dinner. So like it just felt nostalgic because like we all sat down together. We were all eating, like all four of us. And like we were just chatting and stuff. And I was like, do you know what would be perfect? If we could all just get up, go to Blockbuster, pick out a video and come home and have a movie night. Both my kids at the same time goes, what's a Blockbuster? And I was like, never mind.
Oh my gosh.
But it just felt like one of those nights that it would be like perfect.
We did that all the time. Literally every Friday.
Yeah.
They knew us in there. We would go in with Jersey. We would pick our like 2 movies out. Like they knew who we were. Like that's what you did on the weekend.
Yeah, Friday night. Ugh, I loved it. Anyway, back to Summer House. So we start out at Sunrise Day Camp. Oh, and Anne actually watched this episode. So she's going to have things to say.
I do have things to say.
Jesse, Ciara, West, Ben, and Carl all go to this camp for kids with cancer. So I watched this the day it came out, and I was like brink period, and I cried during this section. Now, last night when I was taking notes, like I didn't actually cry. Like it wasn't sad.
It gave me like anxiety, honestly. I wanted to fast forward through this part.
I immediately went to my youngest where she has like the lymphatic issues, and I was like, because that's always like in the back of my head, biggest fear is that it's going to like turn and not be as simple as it currently is. And so anyway, I had a long cry making scenarios up in my head and hurting my own feelings watching this section. So anyway, we find out they get there. Jesse has like been volunteering there for a while, but so he's like bringing the cast because he knows like they're famous and all the kids are gonna love that, So the counselors say everyone wears head coverings for solidarity because there's kids there that don't have hair because they're in treatment and stuff. Yeah. And we get a flashback. Jesse has been cancer free for 5 years. So I know you don't know this, but he had. No. Yeah, he had cancer. I think it was his early 20s or something like that. And one of his first seasons on here, he was going to have his like scan. You know how like they do it yearly or whatever to make sure that nothing has come back. And he was with his mom, and like it was a whole like thing. And he's been cancer free, so they haven't really brought it up in the last few seasons, but. So they show them playing with the kids. Ciara and West are like messing around with each other and teasing. And in interview, Ciara says she's happy they're buds again, and then says, "Oh, that sounds so platonic." So I'm like, Ciara, it is platonic. Like, I feel like Ciara thinks it's going to be more than it is. And we'll talk about it more later on. But so then they talk about how all the staff were once campers, which means they all had cancer at some point. And it's like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy. I'm so glad they have stuff like this, though. Like, it's just a place for the kids to go. They can bring their siblings. They don't have to think about being the kid with cancer because everyone has it. Like, everyone's the same there, and they just get to go be kids. Carl is 6'5" because he's talking to some little girls and they're like, "How tall are you?" Yeah. And he tells them and they're like, "What?" Like, that's crazy. And I didn't realize he was that tall. I knew he was tall and skinny, but like that's tall.
He's tall.
Yeah. Jesse says he started the summer trying to have a relationship with the wrong person. So beginning of this season, it was Ciara. And because he thought that's what he needed, but he understands he just needs to focus on himself. Because I'd imagine he missed a lot of his like young adult life going through cancer and like feeling like he was constantly thinking about his health. And now he's like on a TV show and he's trying to figure out what that means for his career and his life. And like, he just needs to worry about himself right now. And like, relationship isn't something he needs to really worry about. Jesse's not one of my favorite people. I find him annoying, but like in this moment I felt like he was being himself and sincere, and I actually liked him a little bit.
I'm not sure how I feel about him.
Like, I don't know.
He's cute. Like, I think he's one of the more attractive guys.
I don't.
You don't? Like,
no, I don't like his mouth. He's too smiley or something. I don't know. I don't like a happy man.
Fuck. I don't like a happy man. I don't know, like, I think he's cute. But he's so, I don't know how I feel. Like, he's there. But he's kind of like wants to maybe fit in too much with the girls or something. Yeah. I'm like,
I don't know. I don't know if he knows where he is this season, but Bailey is meeting with Levi at a restaurant because they're doing her It Girl 2-year anniversary party. And she is wearing this sexy, tight, like leopard print dress. And she looks amazing. They start letting people in. We see Lindsay, Ciara, Mia, Amanda arrive. I don't think any of the guys come. I think it's just like all women because it's for her female-centered business. Amanda sits down and talks to Lindsay and says, so you ran off last night, which must have been the soft bar party launch. And Lindsay says she was bombarded by Sharon as soon as she got to the bar. And the last time she had seen her was her bridal shower. And we see a flashback to it. And Lindsay is confronting her and saying, I heard you don't think Carl and I are ready for this or should be together. I forgot about all that. Like, I forgot of that history. I remembered her and Sharon being close because Lindsay actually used to like call Sharon and like used her as a mother figure for a long time because Carl and Lindsay were just really good friends. And like when Carl was in a bad place, Lindsay would like call Sharon up and be like, Carl's not doing well. Like, I think you should come visit. Like, Carl's spiraling. Like, she had a really tight relationship with her. And I forgot that Sharon was kind of a bitch when Carl and her were engaged. Like, I like blocked it out of my head or something.
What was the reasoning why they split?
I think Carl wasn't ready is essentially it. But like they were fighting a lot.
So they didn't get married though.
No, they never got married. They got to the bridal shower, like they called it off right before kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
I honestly don't remember like the catalyst, but it was like I don't think they broke up on the show. It was like a behind the scenes thing that it was just like, then the next season they weren't together and she was pregnant. Like it was weird.
Yeah. Okay.
So we see a flashback. Lindsay says she was really close to Sharon for literal like a decade. And then Sharon went on national TV and said Carl should break up with her. So like, I remember now there was like conversations with like Carl sitting on a porch with his mom and stepdad and being like, I don't know if this is the right thing. And like, yeah, I think it just was like he realized we're just going to fight all the time. Like it's going to not be a good thing. Like we should not get married. And Lindsay
seems like a very, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like strong personality person. And he does not.
No. And I think she was pushing it and he was just like, okay, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Like that's the next thing. Yeah. And I think he like was like, this got too serious. Like I left her push me too far, too fast kind of thing. So yeah, that was kind of the end of that conversation. And it was good to kind of see that like flashback because I forgot where it went. Then we're in the Hamptons. So we're back out of the city where it's August 30th. This is the last weekend. So I think it's going to go over 3 episodes, but like this is it. This is the last long weekend in the Hamptons, which I believe is Labor Day, right? Yeah, that's at the beginning of September. So Ciara is dressing up like a Who, like a Dr. Seuss character. And is it like the Lorax? I was trying to figure out which one it was. And I'm like, we have no idea why, and we never figure it out. But I'm wondering if it was like she had this costume that was supposed to be for the summer, and it never got to be used. So she was like, well, I'm going to use it.
Yeah.
But it was funny because it had the eyebrows and the stomach. I loved the big belly on her. That cracked me up. I loved it.
She was unrecognizable.
So she has water guns and she's just trying to make it like she attacks people as they walk in the door. She has a whole basket full of water guns and it says choose your weapon as you walk in. So Lindsay is one of the first people to come in and her and Mia just like grab the guns and like have fun with it. And she's like, don't you remember? I was a sharpshooter in high school. And Ciara's like, what the fuck is a sharpshooter, Lindsay? And it's like, why would they know what you were in high school? Like, they knew you as an adult. And she's like, yeah, it was in ROTC in high school. And they show a picture and I'm like, I don't see her as an ROTC person. No. Like when I think of the ROTC people we went to high school with, I was like, I don't see it, but okay.
No.
Because that was like a very specific kind of personality, was an ROTC person. Yeah, more people arrive. Dara and KJ, they get in the water gun fight. And then Levi, Carl, Bailey, and Jesse, they start shooting them as soon as they walk in. Some of them like realize and like stay back, and they're like, I am not going in that way and getting wet. So like Kyle, I don't know. So they just like go right out the door and still get them. Kyle and Amanda arrive, which is the whole point of me going through all this because I would have just skipped it. Yeah. Bailey says, don't shoot, because Amanda's wearing suede. So they let her walk in the door. Instead of her being like, oh, I'll get out of the way so you guys can have your fun. She's so negative. Why is Dara's suitcase still on the porch? Ugh, it's all wet in here. Like, she has just the most negative energy I have ever met in my life. Like, she's so annoying. So she's walks
just
in.
Very, like, blah. But I will say, I probably would have made that same comment about there being water everywhere.
Me too.
I would have been like, there's freaking water everywhere.
Okay. But we're in our 40s.
We're moms. The one cleaning the fucking water up.
I know. That's what I thought. I'm like, who's going to mop it? Where's the mop?
Know.
That's what I kept
the entire time. I was like, oh my God, they're shooting water in the house? Take that outside.
Yes. I did think it too, but she was being extra negative about it. So they all attack Kyle, and he gets like soaked because he's the last one. They go in the kitchen. No one's mopping a thing. And they're like, let's party. So Carl announces that it's National Beach Day. So they're all going to the beach. And then Lindsay says, I thought you were going to say it was our anniversary of our breakup. And Carl yells, freedom. And Lindsay says she's hosting a freedom dinner, the second annual. So you'll have seen a quick flashback of it from last year. But if you go back and watch, it was a shit show of a dinner that she threw. It was worse than this one. Like, it was miserable. So I think it's funny that she's making this a thing and doing it again. But everyone's in better spirits about it this year. And Carl's like more over it and like is willing to like be a good team player about it. But last year's was bad. She was pregnant last year and it was a disaster.
Oh my God.
So they all go off to get ready to go to the beach. The boys are shaving mustaches and yelling boys summer. It is really a boy heavy season. I don't like a mustache either.
Okay, so I felt like they were very tight knit. Like, I didn't know if it was like this every season, but it was a very close, like boys.
Yeah. This season is definitely more, I think. But the boys never really fight with each other. Like, it's always fine. But they finally, like, they got the boy group down. So I think they need to, like, in further seasons, like, work a little bit on, like, the girl group. Because, like, I like Bailey, but I don't feel like she necessarily fits in. And, like, Amanda's going to be gone. I'm sure she's not going to be back next year. Last year, when Paige was still there, I feel like there was, like, a decent girl clique kind of thing. But, yeah, now I think they're going to have to work on getting a good girl clique on that side going. But it's a good boy team this year. So then KJ says this summer changed his life because he's never been a part of the boys. Like, I think he has a bunch of sisters and, like, has always just been around women. And, like, it's just, like, he's just cute. I don't know. It was nice.
Cute. I did not, like, him coming into this, I didn't expect that to be his personality. He seems like a very sweet person.
Yes. Yeah, I kind of thought he was going to be, like, I'm a cute little boy, but, like, still a manipulator of women. But he's not at all.
Not at all.
No. So let's see. Ben says, okay, so they're all in the cars now heading to the beach. And Ben says, it's nice to have Amanda back. She seems like she's in good spirits. West goes, does she? She walked into the house complaining. And I'm like, oh, West, you better watch your back, boy.
Yeah.
And then we see a flashback, and we see Amanda was complaining way more than we even saw when she first walked in about the house being wet. And, like, she's just being an Eeyore about everything. But she's always been like that. Like, this isn't new. Like, I've never liked Amanda. I didn't watch Summer House when it first came out. I had watched VPR when the Scandival stuff happened and did like a binge. And partway through Vanderpump, one of the episodes ends with Stassi and Katie and Sheena and Kristen all going to the Hamptons for a vacation. And that's like the very first episode of Summer House. So
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was like the next episode. It went right into it. So I started there. So I then did a binge of Summer House. So I've seen it more recently than most people. And Amanda's always been like this. Amanda's always been whiny. She's always been that dry sarcasm. She's always been like boring and no fun. Like it's her personality. That's not new. Yeah. And I actually went into this season with the way Kyle was treating her at the beginning. And I was like, I'm finally going to be on Amanda's side. I'm going to let go of the fact that she's just an annoying, boring person. And I'm going to be like, no, I'm standing up for her. And then what does she fucking do? She ruins it. So, let's see. Ciara says she talked to Amanda this week. And Amanda said she just feels anxious and uptight when she's home, like when Kyle's home. And Ciara's like, then why don't you two just like separate for a month, you know, get a separate apartment or something. And Lindsay's like, I don't disagree with that, but it seems like such a last ditch effort move. And I'm like, yeah, that's where they are. They're at the last ditch effort shit. Like, Lindsay says she thinks Amanda deserves more than she's getting, but she's also known Kyle longer than anyone else in the house, even Carl, and she like knows he has feelings too. And I agree. Like, if you go back and actually have time and binge it, Kyle has always been the same person. 10 years ago, 10 seasons ago, Kyle was always, I get drunk, I party on the weekends, I work extreme long hours all week long. That's been Kyle's personality since day one. Yeah. Amanda wanted him to turn into something different. He has been the exact same person at 32 that he is at 42. Like, he has not changed. And that's when she met him. So that's not a Kyle problem. Now, the cheating and the way he overreacts and the way he talks to her, those are all problems. I'm not saying they're not. Right. Like, 100%. But Kyle is the same person he was the day she met him. So, like, and his family is too. His parents are just drunk people who go out and party all the time. And, like, his ultimate goal in life was to, like, be like his parents. So, like, he just wants someone to go on ski trips with him. Someone to go, you know, like, party with him every, like, that's what he grew.
Wrong girl.
He picked the wrong girl. Yes.
Yeah. Because she seems very, like, wants to stay in, doesn't, like, the complete opposite of him.
Yeah. She literally wanted to move out of the city and get a house in New Jersey and like a backyard for family. Like, he has no interest in that whatsoever. My husband left the dog out and forgot about him, so now he's just sitting at the window staring at me. Aww. He's fine. He thinks he's hanging out with me. He's right next to me. I can't get up and go let him in. The door's too far away. Okay, so beach fun. Jesse makes a comment about West having a new best friend now. And West is kind of an asshole about it. And he goes, what do you mean, KJ? Because they're talking about Ciara, obviously. Yeah. But he almost seems annoyed. And in an interview, West says, Ciara and him are good with being cool, but now everyone else is like, so what's going on? Like, what's the status? And I honestly think Ciara is the same. Like, I think she thinks this is going to turn into something bigger than it is. And he's like, let's just get through this summer and get to fall. So I think he's just ready to be off camera again with it. Like, I think, he's already uncomfortable. Yeah. So, because probably him and Amanda are already starting to catch some feelings, is my guess. Ben says he hasn't said I love you to Sabrina yet, which I thought is crazy the way they're acting. I assumed that he would have, but he has a plan to. He said he hasn't said I love you to someone in 15 years. Yeah. And I'm like, that's a problem, my guy. Like, what is wrong with you? And then he said it has to do with his dad. And apparently his dad's really religious. And in high school, he had an indiscretion with a girlfriend, and his dad didn't talk to him for years. And I'm like...
When he says indiscretion, meaning he had sex with a girl?
I don't know. Maybe there was a pregnancy scare. I feel like... Because he's out here probably having sex with a bunch of women. I don't think his dad cares that he says, I love you to people. I would imagine his dad is caring... if he's religious, that he's having sex with people. None of it makes sense. There has to be way more to the story, but I think Ben is terrible at explaining it. Yeah. Then Amanda sits down and is talking to Mia. Amanda has a horrible hat on. Like, I know. It looks like a toddler hat. It looks like something I put on my 2-year-old.
And it matched her bathing suit. Like, she bought that shit together.
Yes. It was a little set. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was terrible. Amanda asks how it was at after soft bar. And Mia's like, you're a bitch. Why didn't you come out with us? Amanda's acting like a freaking 12-year-old. She's like, well, I felt unwanted. And they show a flashback where she pulls out her phone and is like, well, I didn't get the invite to the after party. And I'm like, Amanda, you are friends, close friends with all of these people. Yeah. After this soft bar launch, if they were all going out to continue the party, of course you were fucking invited. Like, you really needed, like, a specific, Amanda, can you please come with us? Like, come on. She didn't want to, so she could have a freaking something to whine about.
Right.
I'm like, God, this girl needs attention. Amanda says... last thing I would do is invite West and Ciara out on a double date. They don't think West is ready to be all the way in, which agree, he's not. Amanda says she's skeptical and weary of him. I'm like, okay. She says Ciara is a very special person and you need to treat her differently. I think she's essentially saying, like, Ciara is not a girl like me who can just be cool and calm and collected like I am with West. Ciara wants it to be like a real relationship. That's what I think she's saying.
That's the way she's making it seem like she has to put this out there, like, I'm protecting my friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that she can go back and be like, no, like, you're too good for West. Like, that's what I feel like she's kind of saying.
Yeah. She says, I would die for that girl. The way I would just cut West off in a second if she just gave me the look. Yeah. Girl, that did not age well. No. That is, you did the exact opposite. So I don't know what the fuck you were talking about or how you thought you were making yourself feel good in the moment, but all you did was to make yourself look worse.
Yeah.
So then Ciara and Kyle are talking, and she asks if he thinks they're in a better state, and Kyle says, well, we're going to therapy, and, like, that's new. I mean, it's better than we've been. Like, we're actually, like, taking steps towards, like, making things better. And Ciara says that she thinks that a lot of their frustration is that they're always together. Like, they used to work together, they live together. I'm like, they're married. That's what you do. Like,
so I have a question.
I don't think that's an excuse. Yeah.
His Loverboy brand or whatever, is that alcohol?
Yes. It's a seltzer. It's like it does have a non-alc version now. I think he does like iced teas and sparkling seltzers. Yeah, all kinds of stuff. Cans. It's like cans. But yeah, he started that when he was already with Amanda, but they weren't yet married, I think, is like when he started this company. Let's see. So she asks if he thinks they should just separate for a little while. And he's like, he asked if she talked to Amanda about this or if it's a fresh idea. At this point, I think Ciara should be like, oh, I was just curious what you thought, and kind of change the subject. This is where I think Ciara oversteps, because she says, yeah, I did talk to Amanda. And he's like, well, what did she say? And Ciara says Amanda is open to it. Ugh. Could you imagine
honestly,
if
I think this
your husband...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Here's a tip for you. There's a podcast out there with fans waiting to be your next customer. They tune in every week, they trust the host, and that host wants to talk about brands like yours in their own words to their audience. The problem is, you just haven't been introduced yet. We're Acast, where that introduction happens. As the world's largest podcast marketplace, we let you browse shows, see who's listening, and book host-read sponsorships or run your own ads, all from one platform. Transparent pricing, real-time data, complete control. Start advertising on podcasts by visiting acast.com/advertise.
No, go ahead.
I said I feel like this was
We're just
the
lagging.
point.
Go for it.
This was the point where what made him get so upset later than for the dinner. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this was where this pissed him off, and he was so taken off guard. Yeah. Like, because he didn't really say a whole lot, but you could clearly tell, like, he was upset.
He was embarrassed. I would be pissed if I thought, my husband and I are finally working on this. We're going to therapy together, and this wasn't brought up in therapy. What is she even talking about in therapy? You know what I mean? I think Ciara needed to let this go a week or two. She needed to let Amanda bring this to Kyle. And now all Kyle feels like is that Amanda's talking about their relationship behind his back.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just said this conversation should not have happened. I would be so hurt to know my spouse had this conversation with a friend about separating, and Ciara should not have answered for Amanda in this situation. No. Like, not at all. That ends. They're getting ready to pack up. Dara says, this bathing suit is riding up my anal cavity. I don't know why I wrote that down. I just did. It's 6:35. Levi can't find a towel, so she comes out of the bathroom naked. We never get Levi. Levi has like not been in the entire season barely. And then the producers do this. Do the producers just hate Levi?
I know. She's so very weird. Like MIA. Like, she does not have a part at all in this.
No. I think she's too normal, average, and just has no storyline or like, I don't know. Maybe just didn't connect with a lot of housemates to have conversations. I don't know. Because Mia doesn't have a ton of storyline, but she's always like in the mix and like having conversations and like pulling the storyline along and like asking the right questions. Yeah. The chef arrives and everyone's getting ready. Amanda walks down the hall, peeks into West's room, and gives him like a full sexual look. Yes. I was like, oh, what is that? Something. It started this weekend or really close to this weekend, I think.
It had to have. I know, unless we're just like now knowing everything, every little thing, thinking, oh, you know what I mean? They're talking, or this has already begun. But then wasn't it like right after this, and maybe you probably have it in your notes, when she's like walking past Kyle's like, I'm going to turn music on, ignores him. Like, just.
Yeah, she ignores him all she just doesn't say a word. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Just end your marriage then.
My marriage, I would have been done. Like, you can only take that for so long. And if they've been together for this many years and this has been their marriage for that long, fucking end it.
Just end it. I think that's what.
Sake.
I'm not on Kyle's side whatsoever. I think Kyle can be a real asshole, and we see him being a real asshole, whether he was provoked or not. He can't talk to her that way and treat her that way. But she can't do this either. It's freaking mental warfare. Like, she is fucking with his head so much. The ignoring stuff is not okay. Like, I would be having a mental breakdown. Like, my husband likes to be quiet and not chat when he is upset. And I know what this feels like. And I would lose my mind if I had to deal with it day after day. Like, I would turn into Lemon Girl and fucking be starting doing weird shit. Like, I would have. Oh, we talked about that on not this episode. Sorry.
People don't know what we're. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have a mental breakdown. So Lindsay's talking to the chef, and it's just like chatting and saying like, "Oh, have you always wanted to be a chef your whole life?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, it was either a chef, a DJ, or an architect." And Lindsay goes, "Oh, we have one of those. I think you chose the right career." And Kyle's right there. And he's just like, what?
Dude, she is hard on Kyle.
She's harsh on everyone. This is just Lindsay's personality. But yeah.
Holy shit.
I mean, she's extra this episode, but like, Lindsay is like this a lot.
Okay.
Bailey and Carl have been flirting, texting all summer, and we see some of that.
I don't think Carl's cute.
No, Carl got too skinny. Carl used to be cute when he's young. He hasn't aged well. I think he lived kind of a rough life, and it's not going well on his skeletal form. He used to be okay. I would have said he used to be cute back in the day. Jesse spills martini on his shirt, and Bailey's helping him clean it off, and from the side camera angle, it looks like she's jerking him off. KJ and Ciara's grills arrive. I like Ciara's. Like, it's just diamonds, and it's super cute. I like it. I don't like the gold and like the red color in KJ's. No, I don't like a gold teeth situation because to me it looks like yellow teeth, and that looks gross.
Well, I mean, his whole outfit. I mean,
with his glasses.
He's too much
attractive.
Color.
He's attractive, but he doesn't have style.
No,
or not a style I like. Yeah.
No, like was it like yellow pants and a red top?
Yeah.
Maybe wear one bold color and then a more neutral color. It was too much was happening.
And his oversized glasses.
Yeah.
Was like all of it was too much. He's trying to find a style, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see. Carl and Bailey are talking about her see-through dress that she wore to his launch, and he says he liked it, and they're trying to flirt. But they're both awkward and terrible at it, and there's so much over-explaining happening and like discussion, and I'm like, oh my god, you two are the most boring, terrible flirts I've ever met. Like,
end.
Yeah,
she
go
should
do
have just
your
been
thing
like
somewhere else.
Yeah. She should have just been like, oh, you thought that was hot? Like, okay. Like, I see you. Done. Like, it was way too much detail. Like, oh, yeah. Like, I was looking at it, and I wanted people to see my thong, and that was the vibe I was going with. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, just drop
all
it.
of it. It was terrible. So everyone sits down to dinner, and Lindsay says, 1 year ago today, we hosted the first Freedom Dinner, and we see a flashback to that terrible dinner. And she says they're going to play a game called Lost and Found. And she says you need to talk about something you lost and now something you found this summer. For example, Carl lost me, but found a bunch of thirsty girls in his DMs. And everyone just laughs because she's so blunt and ridiculous. And everyone's like uncomfortable. So then Lindsay seriously says, I lost all my timelines, but found my dream girl. So Lindsay used to be like very strict. Like, I got to get married at this point and have a baby. And I have a checklist and I got to do this and I got to do that. And so she's saying like she lost that, like, I have to plan my whole life. And her dream girl is her daughter. That, you know, yeah. Bailey says last summer she lost a really dark relationship, and this summer she found joy again and the ability to flirt and make out. So Ciara says, make out with Carl right now. And the table's like, make out, make out. So they kiss, and it's actually a really good kiss.
It is, yeah. It was cute.
Yeah.
But listen, I have to bring up, very quickly.
Yeah.
So I started watching, like, the first episode, and I literally died, though, when she, like, cried at the dinner table.
Yes.
Like, her first night. And I was just like, I will say, like, I give everyone handled that so good.
They did.
I would have been so judgy sitting at that table, like, what the fuck is wrong with this girl?
Yeah.
But everyone was, like, super kind of chill about it, even though they're like, even though she cried her first night, but yeah, she like broke down.
I can't imagine.
No.
In interview, Carl says he wants to do it again. Bailey said it was a way better kiss than with Ben. And Carl says, so you know how when you go to plug in your charger into the wall and you just nail it the first time? It was like that. I was like, okay. I guess that explains it.
Yeah.
And then he says, Ben may have been the Australian Bachelor, but he's got nothing on me. And Carl is cute. What?
Carl is cute, yeah, in that moment. So, wait, Ben has a girlfriend, or not Ben. Ben is the Australian. He has a girlfriend right now.
Correct.
So
he had been on an before he agreed. Before he brought Sabrina back, because Sabrina just came back a few episodes ago. He had dated Sabrina previously. Sabrina said she loved him. He said, I'm not ready for that shit. You're moving too fast. He broke up with her, came on Summer House. Bailey had a crush on Ben. During a game of Truth or Dare, they made out.
Oh.
That's it. They never liked each other. They had even fought before that makeout. It was just a Truth or Dare kiss.
Okay. Gotcha.
West says he lost his voice last summer, and this summer he found the ability to speak up and a friendship that was lost for a long time. I don't know. West annoys me. He did not lose his voice last summer. He was uncomfortable because he was a fucking asshole to Ciara, and he was scared to say anything because he didn't want to piss her off because he was scared of her. KJ talks about how he lost his brother when he was a kid. His brother was only 17, so I don't know what happened there. And so, like, he's never had, like, male friends or, like, relationships like that. So this summer he gained male friendships. So that was good. Yeah. Ciara says she lost the weight of hating or really disliking her person who she loves the most. And she says she found the bars in the Hamptons. So in previous summers, when Paige was on, Amanda, Paige, and Ciara usually didn't go out with everybody. They would always stay in, lay in bed, watch movies, like scroll on their phones and just like talk. Like that was their thing. So like this summer, without having that kind of click here, Ciara's gone out more.
So was that when, what's his name? Scott?
Who's Scott? There's no
the
Scott.
Tall guy that I said I thought was like attractive, but you said no.
Jesse. Jesse.
Where did I get Scott?
I have no idea.
Jesse was laying in between Amanda and Ciara, and he was pretending to be her, and he's like putting his phone up to his face.
He was. They used to call themselves the bed bugs because like they just laid in bed all the time.
Okay.
So then let's see. They're getting up from the table. They eventually sit back down. So I don't know. But Ciara goes over and gives West a kiss on the cheek and one of her tight, long hugs and says, "Oh, you're just a little baby." And I'm like, ew. Gross. How can you? I don't understand the women who like a relationship where they like act like their boyfriends are children. Like, what the fuck? That's weird, right?
It is weird. It is. I mean, to you and I, yes, it is like a, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. Like when people talk like a baby.
For a minute, when you gave me that face, I thought you were going to say you do that. And I was like,
no, ew, that is so cringe. No.
You gave me a face like, and I was like,
no, I was trying to be like supportive of the people who do it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, no judging if you, I just don't get it. Like,
no,
I could never. And it just grosses me out in this instance because Wes does act like a little child. And like, Ciara apparently likes that. And I am not into it. So anyway, Lindsay says Kyle lost his wedding ring but found a DJ career. Like, Lindsay is fucking all over these one-liners, and I was laughing so hard. And I did feel bad, though, because Kyle was getting ready to say his thing, and then she just, like, cut him off, and then he got sad. And
she was hard on him. Like,
I'm like, don't make me feel bad for Kyle, because he isn't nice sometimes. But I do.
Yeah.
I honestly,
that's where I wanted to say my feelings on this, again, because I am so new, and I watched episode 1 and then I think the last 2 episodes, and I'm just like, damn, people are hard on Kyle.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know Kyle, so this is so new, but I felt like, but then the way he reacted here in a little bit against Amanda, and then I was like, whoa, okay, who is this?
And he's done this.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what.
The Rose Gaming Resort, home of the largest jackpots in Virginia. Lock in massive jackpots on fan favorites like Buffalo, IGT's Tiger and Dragon, Devil's Lock, and more. Over $1 million in jackpots paid out weekly, only at the Rose Gaming Resort.
Here's a tip for you. There's a podcast out there with fans waiting to be your next customer. They tune in every week, they trust the host, and that host wants to talk about brands like yours in their own words to their audience. The problem is, you just haven't been introduced yet. We're Acast, where that introduction happens. As the world's largest podcast marketplace, we let you browse shows, see who's listening, and book host-read sponsorships or run your own ads, all from one platform. Transparent pricing, real-time data, complete control. Start advertising on podcasts by visiting acast.com/advertise.
Yeah.
Who do I like? Do I like Kyle? Do I like Amanda? Are they both just like fucking bad?
Yeah. So to Summer House fans, this reaction by Kyle is nothing new. Like, we've seen it. It happens.
Yeah.
Almost maybe once a season or once every other season. So, you know, like, he's not an amazing person in any way, shape, or form. But him and Amanda are just terrible together. Like, they should never have gotten together ever to begin with, kind of thing. And her facials and the way she is not even shutting this down, it is her fucking husband all these people are talking shit about. Yes. She has a huge role in why he reacts the way he does. So,
yes. And I was thinking that too. If somebody was sitting there bashing my husband so hard, I would have been like, listen,
that's enough.
This involves me and my husband. Not for all of you to sit here and talk shit. Because you know, like, I can sit here and be like, my husband did this, this, and this and pisses me off. But when someone else talks shit about my husband, oh, hell no.
Yeah.
That's when I'm going to be like, excuse me? You can't say that about him. Yeah. I can talk shit, but you can't.
Right,
and
exactly.
she was just like
she was happy. The looks, like, at one point I thought the woman was going to orgasm. She's like biting her thumb and like has this smile, like, and I'm like,
enjoying it.
You okay, girlfriend? Like, you look like you're in ecstasy over there by Lindsay bashing your husband. It was gross.
Yeah.
It was, So it just gets quiet and awkward. So Jesse is trying to fill the silence, and he didn't help either, because he's like, so I know you got a manager. What's the plan with the DJ career? And I'm like, Jesse, after all that, really? Like, you think we need to continue talking about the DJ career? Yeah. Amanda answers and goes, oh, he's going to Vegas. But, like, in a real bitchy way. Mm. And this is when she bites her thumb and is like, can't wait till everyone bashes on my husband. Oh, I can't, like, it was so terrible. Mm-hmm. Kyle says he's gone back and forth the last 2 months, like, negotiating a contract, and he's going to, you know, with this manager, and now he's going to be more selective and treat this like a career, because he's kind of been treating it like a hobby where it's like, well, whoever's going to have me, whether it's like a small bar in Wisconsin or some big place in LA that gives me a bunch of money. Like, he was just doing whatever, you know, he would like take on anything. And so it's been a lot. And now it's like he's transitioning into like this being an actual career and like I'm going to negotiate prices and whatever. It's going to be serious. Yeah. So he's like, yeah, but I am going to Vegas next month to play at the Marquee. But like it's not just Vegas. Like there's going to be other locations too. And Ben says something and then he's like, well, there might be a residency in 2027. And then Lindsay asks if he's had this conversation with his wife before he made this decision. And he's like, well, I'm signing it. Like, that's happening. And Lindsay's like, so this is your conversation?
This should have never been brought up at the table.
No.
This was an Amanda Jesse conversation.
Yes.
Not for a dinner party.
Amanda Kyle. Yeah. So you haven't seen it yet. But Kyle has had this conversation with her in their apartment. She doesn't say much, and she doesn't necessarily agree that he should do it. She almost disagrees with it, but they have had this conversation. Yeah. And she obviously knew
got that
because she's the one who said he's going to Vegas. So she knew. This isn't new.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kyle says, I've been working hard. I love it. I don't know why everyone wants to make fun of something that like I love so much. And Lindsay goes off about how they aren't a team. They need to make decisions together. They're a family. And Amanda just sits there silently and lets everyone else argue for her relationship. It's so weird. Like, it's very weird.
Yeah.
And Kyle's like, you need to stop with that stuff. She is not ready to have a kid. Like, she made it seem like at their last reunion that she's, like, ready to settle down and have a kid. And he's like, I was silent during that, but I'm not going to be silent now. She does not want a fucking kid. So don't act like I'm holding her back from starting her family. Like, she likes to be in, smoke her weed pen, lay around. Like, she does not want a kid. Don't act like she does. Lindsay's just going like they were putting
a lot on Kyle, and Amanda just sat back like loving it, but it almost seemed like they had conversations, and Amanda's not ready to settle down the way that everyone's making it seem like.
Yes, exactly. Kyle starts feeling attacked, and he does just need to chill, but like it is a lot on him. And Ben starts talking about having a manager, it'll be better, and he's just going off, and I don't know if it's a look that Amanda gives him.
Yeah.
But there's something that sets him off, and he just says, fuck you. And it seems out of nowhere, but there had to have been something that like, because he directed it at her. Yeah. And then Wes gets up because he's at the full opposite end of the table, takes his chair, moves down, and sits next to Amanda. What the fuck?
Right? Like, okay, now I'm going to come down here and protect my
woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was weird. So Kyle loses his damn mind, starts screaming at everyone, walks off. Carl follows him and is like, chill out, man. Just chill out. They go out the front door. Carl throws his drink back towards the door. Then it looks like they might get into a physical fight because him and Carl start fighting, but then it just ends and it's like a to be continued. So we don't get like any, scenes from next week. So not good. Kyle, this is his problem. He was drinking all day at the beach. He was drinking. He had the trigger moment when Ciara told him that essentially his wife is trying to leave him behind his back. And while he thinks things are starting to be mended, then we have Lindsay at him. And I'm not trying to make excuses at all. I'm not. Like, his reactions are too much. He's responsible for his reactions. But damn, I can't say I would have reacted any better if I would have been in all of those circumstances. If I would have been drinking all day, I heard that from Ciara, then I had Lindsay coming at me, I probably would have been a real bitch too.
I would have flipped shit. Like, and because I do. I mean, how much can one person take when you are being attacked.
Yeah.
And, like, Lindsay was not holding back. Like, I felt like she was fighting for her marriage. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I feel like her and Amanda maybe have gotten close, because I know she said that her and Amanda have a different relationship since they were filming in the city. And I think they may have had a conversation, and she came in with, like, an agenda to bring this stuff up to Kyle for Amanda. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening. Hope everyone has a happy Thursday. Please subscribe, download our episodes. We're at Shaded Reality on all of the podcast apps. Leave us reviews, leave comments, all of those things. If you want to talk to us, we have a Threads page, so you can leave comments there. We have a TikTok and we have an Instagram. There is a Facebook page, but no one's there, and I may end up just deactivating it. We may be beyond Facebook at this point in the world.
I feel like it, yeah.
Probably. Yeah, we're at Shaded Reality Pod on everything if you're searching for us. shadedrealitypod@gmail.com if you want to send us an email. And thanks for listening. Yeah, our schedules are up on Instagram if you are ever looking to see what's coming up next and what dates. We're recapping certain things, but new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday. Bye.
Bye.
There's a feeling a lot of homeowners share right now. Mortgage, always on time, lots of equity. On paper, you're doing fine, but then the insurance bill lands. Property taxes, healthcare, childcare, tuition. The math just isn't mathing. Unlock wants to talk about the squeeze American homeowners are feeling and what you can do about it. Start at unlock.com/equity. Unlock Home Equity Solutions, Inc., NMLS 2657081.
Do you keep hearing podcast ads, like this one, for example, but always wonder how you actually get involved with them for your own brand or organization? Well, it's easier than you think. We're Acast, and we give you the platform to do it all yourself. Browse thousands of popular podcasts, choose the shows that match your perfect audience, set your budget, and launch. And if you want a hand, our podcast specialists are there to help you launch with confidence. This is podcast advertising without barriers. Get started at acast.com/advertise.